Hi, you're watching Charterhouse TV. We've got our hands on some of the brand new KESSIL 360X lights. We're going to take a closer look at some of their key features and how they differ from the old models.
So here we have the new A360X range of lights from KESSIL. KESSIL are one of the leading manufacturers of LED lights, and they've brought out a new range. Here we have the Tuna Sun for planted tropical aquariums, and also the Tuna Blue for marine reef aquariums. Alongside that as well, they've brought out the new Spectral Controller X.
Yeah, KESSIL are one of those brands that, they're a bit of a Marmite brand. That's mainly due to their looks. They produce more pendant style lights than most out there on the market, and you'd normally suspend them or use one of their goosenecks. So looks wise, they kind of seem to split people's opinions, but they actually differ technology wise to a lot of other brands out there. They use something called a dense matrix LED, and that basically means that each individual LED diode is placed under one single lens. Most manufacturers would lens each individual LED, so it's slightly different to the norm. KESSIL say that gives you a much more even colour, and it stops that kind of spotlighting disco effect that some people really don't like in their aquarium.
Yeah, so let's take a closer look at the new A360X and how they differ from the older units, as well as some key features.
So here we have the new 360X alongside the old 360 model, and the first thing you're going to notice is the size difference. The new unit is about 30% smaller than the old, and KESSIL have managed to achieve that because they've completely redesigned the heatsink and the cooling mechanism in the new unit. Now that means the fan should be on less, so you're going to get a quieter light, but more importantly it means that you can push a bit more power out of that LED cluster before it overheats. So the new 360X is about 25% more powerful than the older model.
And to utilise that power, KESSIL have completely redesigned the lens within these units. They have a 130-degree lens built into them. That gives you a 36-inch square spread. As well as that, they will be bringing out a narrow lens, but we're still waiting for details. When it comes to controllability, the new A360X without a controller is the same as the old ones. You have one dial for intensity and one for colour. And you can dial the intensity down on the newer lights down to 0, whereas on the older ones it went to 10%. The reason you can do that, you can turn it down to 0, means that you'll be able to use a moonlight feature. But to use that, you're going to need the Spectral Controller X, which we're going to take a closer look at now.
So this is the new Spectral X controller that's been designed for use with the 360X lights. It is backwards compatible though, so if you've got old KESSIL units, you can use this controller and access some of the basic features. One of the biggest changes is how the unit is powered. There's no longer a separate power cable and a separate connection cable. The power and the connection come from one of the new USB-C connection leads. At the minute, there's no Wi-Fi. I know it's a disappointment to some people, but KESSIL have promised that it's coming and you'll be able to buy a kit to make these Wi-Fi, but at the minute it is cable connected.
As with the older control unit, the Spectral X controller still has the timer, the colour and intensity controls, but alongside that you can also individually control the red, green and violet channels. But you have to remember you have to use the newer lights to get those features. You won't get them on the older units.
Yeah, they've also got some new additions in terms of like weather functions. So you've got storm settings, cloud settings and moonlight settings amongst some other features as well.
So there we have a brief overview of the new KESSIL range. As we said before, they're going to be bringing out some more items very soon and we'll keep you updated on those. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments down below or head over to the Charterhouse Aquatics website.
As always, if you've enjoyed watching, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got some really great content coming up in the next few months and that will make sure you don't miss out. Thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon.
See ya.